Oh man. All of my stuff that hung up on the wall is gone. All the holes are filled. All the little blemishes are painted. And over here, it's just a nice, clean, blank wall. I wanted to make an update video because I've been really bad about documenting this move. And it all started because I was too afraid to document it, because if I documented it, then it would be real and I would be then accountable to my excitement and how I felt about it. Win, lose, or draw, basically, document it, feel it. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be human. And I think a lot of times if you've been burned or disappointed, or you want to avoid pain, and it's normal, but it's not really, you're really doing yourself a disservice and you're lying to yourself. So I've been wanting to vlog. I just been like, I'm not in the practice of it anymore. Like, I feel I've gotten too comfortable with not documenting things, but then I regret it a little bit because I want to do that. I want to be able to look back at this time and look back at what I was going through and acknowledge the ups and the downs, like that video before about that pressure, that fear, that anxiety. I think we're in a better place. I've gotten better at communicating how to appease those fears and to kind of just like nip it in the bud and not to take. We just went through our walkthrough, first walkthrough of the house before they put up the drywall. And how they do it is they work on your house. If you have it with a new build, they work on your house, and then if you're fortunate enough, you get to kind of walk through and look at things and stuff. And we were walking through and we saw a bit of these weird things in the construction, which is nails sticking out like not even nailed to certain things, and it looked like shitty work. Like, I was like, oh, that doesn't look good. So I started taking pictures of everything. And then my dad explained to me that there are these staggered studs in between the vertical frames. There's some horizontal studs in between the vertical frames of the house, and they stagger them so that they can fasten them, they can nail them, and those are actually supposed to stop a fire from spreading throughout your house quickly. So that little block in between the vertical studs, they're called fire studs or something like that, yeah. And a couple of them were split, and so I kind of made a note of that to the construction manager. And I'm guessing this happens all the time, where it's not the cleanest job, it's not the neatest looking job, but it passes inspection, hopefully, enough to where it's designated safe to live in there. And I don't know, to me it feels like I was like asking him through an email, like, hey, were you able to remedy these little issues? And he's like, yep. I'm like, that's hard to believe. So I don't know, this part of walking through the home and making them feel like you have some control in the construction of your house, when in reality, one of our lenders told us it's all a facade, which is kind of a shame, because they really, especially if you're dealing with a new build, and this is what they tell us, and this is what we are learning and experiencing, which is any kind of new build, you really don't have a lot of say. They make you think it, they make you maybe feel it, that you do have some control, when you don't really have that much control. It's either, yeah, do you want it? If you want this new house, then you have to agree to all these things and the way that it's done and how we build and who we choose to work here and yada yada. So the best that we could do, and from what we've heard from friends who've moved into new builds, is just to go there every week or as often as possible that you like, and kind of hint to the people, hey, you're checking out the house, I'm watching you, kind of thing. Plus, in about 3 weeks or so, we're going to take off to Iceland, and then after that, we've got to pack all of our shit up so that we can move. So, if you want to help us, you're more than happy to come over. It's a learning process, and it's quite interesting. I don't feel it's a new feeling. I am excited. There is this sort of, I can't wait to get over there and get, leave this house, move out of this house, and experience those things that I've been dreaming about, which is just waking up to a quiet neighborhood. Or would let my dog out to go pee and there's not two dogs barking their faces off, and having quiet and a zen place to work and to live in. At the same time, I can't bring myself to celebrate yet because it's not really here yet, So right now it just feels like we have a lot of work to do, and I like that better. I like reining in my focus and focusing in on what needs to be done, which is working hard. Speaking of which, this video is gonna be long, but I just need to kind of get it off my chest. Building a team is hard, if you guys don't know, I'm building a associate photography company, basically. It's difficult. Today was a difficult day. Not in that we had any fatal blows to the company or anything like this, but just learning how to manage, learning how to be more patient, learning how to communicate better, learning how to address issues, learning how to breathe through frustration, learning how to breathe through experimentation, and the anxiety of it, the stress of it, and maybe adding more to your plate because you got to pick up slack. Your team is just not at an A game yet. You're in that transition period, that growing period, and today was a trying day, and there are many of those during this time, actually. My team, if you're watching this, you guys stress me out. And I know I stress you out. And it's a tough time right now. But I gotta tell you guys, I was thinking about today, I was churning about it, and I was like, we're here, we're in it. I'm stressed about it. I'm a little nervous about it. And at the same time, I love you so much for being a part of this team, I was thinking to myself, this is a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have because you guys, that have joined our team, you're allowing us to grow, to make our dreams come true, like move to a new home. The stresses that we have right now and the growing pains that we have are really great things to have. I think there's never a time where I'm like, I want to give up or anything, or let go of what we've built together so far. I love our team because I know that we have potential, and I know that we're going to go places, and it's just a matter of pulling through. Everybody's got to pull through that startup year, that first year of like, how do we make this work? And other people have done it before, but how do we do it for ourselves? How do we find our own groove and make it work for us? I felt good to say, because even though today was hard for me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, a little bit stressful, I was like, dude, I wouldn't have it any other way though. Like, I'd really, really, really rather be dealing with these growing pains and issues than not, for sure. Because that means we're gonna get to this next place. So that's it. This video's long. That's my update. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna be better about vlogging. Tomorrow we're gonna go on walkthrough number 2. A surprise walkthrough. Like, surprise, motherfucker! You fixed that yet? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Good night. I'll see you later.